mindfulness and meditation. I'm a day late, but it's been a very long, but I think productive weekend. From my classes to taking time for myself, having a movie night with my friends, and just been a lot going on. I was actually a part of a Zoom service where I got to talk about depression and share my testimony and just encourage others to, keep their head up and to push through it, because it's not an easy thing to get over. I don't think you ever fully get over depression, but you can just do things to keep you active and maintain it. And as I said in the video, if you need to get additional help, like see a counselor, some people take medication, whatever it is that helps you, you have to find out what helps you. So get that help, whatever it may be. But I opened up my affirmations book this morning, and it came on, ordinary you are not. You are a unicorn in an ordinary world. The simple truth requires an acceptance that you will not please everyone. Be okay with this. Do not fear your own greatness. Surround yourself with people who appreciate your magic. Stand tall, shoulders back, and confidently speak your truth. Avoid trying to win the approval of others. And for the love of all things, don't ever allow yourself to play small to satisfy the needs of someone who cannot stand in your light. This really hits home, especially this week. As I said in the last mindfulness and meditation, I was doing so much to help everyone else. I wasn't taking time for myself. So I'm looking out for myself more, taking rest when I need to, getting out and just enjoying life whenever I feel the need to. And also reminding myself of the gifts that God gave me. I share a lot of videos where I sing, sometimes dance, but I feel like a passion of mine has been singing since I was a kid. I stopped singing and started playing drums when I was around 11. I didn't have confidence, didn't like my voice. Long story short, before my mom's passing, she encouraged me to use all the gifts that God gave me. I was still very nervous, but I would start singing at home around the house. And I started recording myself singing. I ended up singing a song that was her favorite called Second Chance, and it really warmed her heart. That meant a lot to me that she got to hear that before she died. And I just continued recording myself and doing videos. I ended up joining TikTok, where I found out you could duet other singers and sing along with songs, or duet with the music. And it helped me grow more. It helped me become more confident in my voice and more confident to sing around other people. I was still singing at home, however. Our praise team had started back late last year, and I joined playing the drums. I was asked by the praise team leader to sing. He didn't know I could sing, but he asked, and I turned it down. I just said, I don't sing. That was what I was always say. I don't sing. I never said I couldn't, but I don't. And I don't know. Months just passed by, and I just started feeling more confident. And when our praise team leader passed away, that was a devastating thing. Our praise team pretty much came to a halt, because of course losing him was a lot. Then a lot of us felt like we didn't know how to do the music side of it. We didn't know we could come back and do it like he did it, but we just had to remember it wasn't about how Jack did it. We had to let God use us and do it our own way. We've had praise team leaders in the past that they did it differently. Some played keyboard, some played guitar. It's how you let God use you. So our pastor talked to my sister, and she decided to return back, and one by one he reached out, and my sister actually reached out to me multiple times asking me if I wanted to join the praise team, and told me I had a good voice, I should use it more and join the praise team at church. I was still scared, so I said no, but I just kept thinking about it and praying on it. And by the last time she asked, it was maybe last Wednesday, I said yes. And I'm now part of the praise team. We sung together at church for the first time yesterday, and glory be to God, it went really well. I just thank God for giving me that peace and the strength to get in front of people, because I didn't have that strength years ago. I was always nervous. I had to remind myself when I was a minister, though, I used to be nervous to speak in front of people, but once I got to the pulpit and started my message, all that fear went away, and the peace of God just was upon me, I felt. And I want to continue that. I want to continue using, exercising all of my gifts. So right now it's singing. Maybe later I'll be back into my ministry, and it could be at the church that I'm at right now, Cape Charles Baptist. And I just thank God for just working, using people to speak to me and encourage me, and just giving me more and more strength each day, because I couldn't do this by myself. I know it's Him working in me and working on people to, like I said, motivate and encourage me. So the past few days have been great. You take each day one day at a time. And remember, even though some days will be great and positive, you will be hit with negative situations and negativity. You got to push through it. And try not to allow negative and toxic people to, bring you down and dim that light of yours. It's a hard thing when you're happy and, you see things improving, and then you see negativity and negative energy creeping in. When it's coming to you and you see it coming, you got to pray it off. You got to continue bearing that light of God, bearing that positive energy that you have. Maybe your positivity, your light, can help brighten that negative person's light and help change them. They don't have to change you, you can change them. And just show them that you're not going to allow them to bring you down and just ruin your mood and ruin your day. That's how I see it. But I'm truly thankful, because I feel like past few weeks have been a little stressful. But there's a light in the tunnel. I've interacted with many of the kids I used to counsel and mentor, and even though I'm not in that field anymore, I'm now a CPS worker, I thank God that I'm still able to do the number one thing that I love, that I'm still able to encourage and help the youth and just be there for them. I'm thankful for my little brothers. I've got to spend a lot of time with, two in particular. But I'm just thankful for all the kids I mentor, thankful for my family. I will say, and hopefully I have a clip to add to this, but Saturday's service, which was called Real Talk, it was definitely an eye-opener for me, knowing that I'm not going through the things that I'm going through by myself. There are so many people that are struggling with depression, so many people that are struggling with, ridding themselves of toxic energy and toxic people. trying to get stronger in the church. It's so much. And to know that I'm not the only one having these thoughts, I'm not the only one going through and battling these things, it was good. It was good listening to other people's testimonies and them hearing me. I actually didn't even, not on purpose, I didn't share everything that I've gone through because that could take forever, but I was able to briefly share my testimony relating to depression. And as I said in that video, I witnessed my mother battling depression years back, even before she developed dementia, because I always thought her with going through that depression kind of stemmed and triggered her dementia. Don't know though, but I didn't realize what depression was until it hit me, honestly, and it just seemed like I was just going downward. I couldn't get better, I couldn't improve, I was always unhappy. Sometimes it wasn't even about the unhappiness, I would be extremely hyper and just always on the go. I had to keep moving, and eventually people started to notice. Even the kids that I would counsel at school, they noticed a difference in me. One even wrote me a letter just letting me know he cared about me and he truly hoped everything was okay. It wasn't okay. I found myself just breaking down many occasions. Here at the house, I punched a wall, I've thrown things. I was so angry about a lot of stuff. I will say I was never angry with God, but I was just angry with the fact that my mom was battling what she was going through, dementia and breast cancer, that I wasn't as close to my family as I would like. I felt like many were against me at that time and didn't know why, and just felt like I could have gotten more support at that time and more support from mom. I'm just being honest, keeping it real. And I wasn't getting it. So yeah, I went down really low for a very long time. And I shut down from everyone. My friendships changed with my best friend in particular, two of my best friends. I was lashing out at them. Some of my siblings and I weren't getting along. I was in a really dark place. It took a lot to come out of that dark spot. And unfortunately, my mom passed. I found myself, when I was coming out of depression, going back into it deeper. But I'm pushing, well, not pushing because I'm not there anymore. I'm going to speak that into existence. I'm definitely not where I was. And I'm not going back. Having faith. I refuse to allow myself to go back to that negative place, to that dark spot. And I have to remember my mom left so much wisdom and knowledge. Even my aunt, Lord rest her, so we didn't always get along, but there were some times she would spill some good wisdom and knowledge. And I choose to take all of that in and just use it each day to get through all of my trials, all of my tribulations. Those women were very strong. And even though they're not here right now, they fought very long and hard battles. My mom in particular, and I watched her just come out with a smile on her face, still wanting to help others, not letting all the negativity get her down, and keeping her faith strong, her prayer life. So that's what I'm doing. I'm praying each day. I'm doing anything, everything I can to just stay positive and letting God use me. And I can feel Him working. I really can. Working on my life. I thank God for just growth. I really do. And I just pray for more spiritual growth, more mental growth, more physical growth. Not just for myself, but for my family and for my friends. So I truly hope everyone has a great week. I'm going to attach some videos onto this so you can just see how this weekend has been. It has truly been an amazing weekend, and I pray for many more. I never thought I would be doing the things that I'm doing. Not just right now, but the things that I've accomplished in the past. From counseling to my mentoring groups, all of that was God's doing. And I know there's more to come. So I have to get myself prepared mentally and spiritually and physically. So when those blessings do come, I'm ready. And I encourage you to do the same. I really do. So have a great week, and God bless. Be breezy. So, as I reflect on how great these past few days have been, I thought I would share it with you all. Attached are, some clips of everything that happened the past few days, from church to singing in church for the first time in years, to me speaking at the Real Talk Zoom service. Everything's just been great, and I thought I would share with you guys. So here we go. And most of normal activities, either not sleeping at all or sleeping too much, and even anxiety. There are so many. For me, I struggled with depression for a few years. I witnessed my mom, my paternal grandmother, who raised me from a baby up, battle dementia and breast cancer to full-blown Alzheimer's disease. And it honestly changed my life. I was her caretaker for quite some time. And from about age 26 to 29, it was really hard for me. I didn't know how to maintain and take care of myself while doing so. And for a long time, I didn't communicate to my family how severe my mom had got, because I felt I was protecting her and that everyone in the family wouldn't be supportive. As I held that in for a few years, probably between 2017 and 2019, I struggled to interact with people. I shut down from my friends and family. And aside from my mom that I was caring for, I didn't know much about dementia. Therefore, I just lashed out because I was getting that lash out from her, and I didn't recognize that she couldn't help it. I didn't realize how depressed I was until a day came. I really had a breakdown. I threw a lamp, I lashed out, I was crying hysterically because I felt I couldn't take anymore. And I would add things onto my plate thinking if I did other things, it would make me happy. But I was just on overload. Sorry. Oh, and I got sick. I wasn't eating like I should, and it just caused me to have a breakdown. My aunt and my dad stepped in and just encouraged me to take a break, reminded me that I was doing all I could for my mom, and she knew it deep down, and I needed to take care of myself. My friend opened his home to me to get a much needed break, and I'm a minister, but my prayer life at that time had suffered a great deal. Our church closed due to my mom's failing health because she was an apostle. I didn't take that well that our church closed, so with my depression, I was angry all the time. I didn't want to go to another church. I just wasn't myself. Even though I knew I should have gotten therapy at that time, I just did a lot of self-work that helped me a great deal. My faith in God means a lot to me, so returning back to the church helped me, and doing things that I love, which is music, playing instruments, and singing, it's encouraged me a great deal. And I'm glad I got to realize that. That helps me a lot to cope when I'm feeling down, when I feel like I'm about to go back into a state of depression. I do things that help me, things that I love. I stopped singing when I was young and switched to playing drums only, but my mom always encouraged me to use my gifts. I thought she was the one who taught me to sing. Depression is a hard thing to get rid of, and I still today have my struggles at age 30. 2020 came around and I lost my aunt and my mom 4 months apart that same year. It's been 9 months since losing my mother, and I have to be honest, it's still hard. I take each day one step at a time. I stay encouraged through morning affirmations and prayer, and having a circle of friends who encourage me through those morning affirmations and just encourage me to stay focused and to stay positive, reminding each other each day we have our struggles and trials, but don't let it take over the entire day, and to take your light back. When you're battling depression.
Keith, you're really stiff. Come on now. Dun 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 dun. Dun.